Hello there and welcome to today's video, which is a tutorial for a really cute little Halloween gargoyle. So let's go see how I made him. So I'm going to make my gargoyle in green, as I think it's quite fitting. So I'm just going to start with this head, and I'm using my medium-sized ball tool here just to make some eye sockets. And I'll pop in some white eyeballs, but if you've got any glow-in-the-dark clay, I think that would work really well too. And I'll just pop in some pupils. And to add a little bit more character, I'm going to give my gargoyle some eyelids. So I'm just going to use my blaze cutting tool here, and I have a list of the tools that I use down below if you're interested. So these are actually going to go on the bottom of his eyes, but it's a bit difficult to tell just at the moment. And with some white clay, I need to make a tiny tooth. Just really easy, a little oblong, like so. Oops. And I want to give him a really grumpy mouth. So I've just got some more of the green clay here, and I'm going to cut at an angle and just thin that out with my fingers and just then pop it on. And to ensure it's nice and neat, I'm using a wet wipe here just to really try and coax that clay together. And again with the green clay, I'll add a little nose. I'm just going for a very basic shape for his nose, so feel free to experiment with yours. And with my needle tool here, I'll just pop on some worry lines or some frown lines. So little gargoyle needs some ears. So I've got some teardropped shaped pieces here, and I'll flatten those just at the bottom and attach them onto the back of his head. And again with my wet wipe, I'll pull those together like so. And there's number 2. So I've made a very basic body shape, and I'm using some craft wire here just to ensure that they'll stick well while baking. And I've also used a tiny dollop of liquid Fimo, which always helps to secure your pieces basically. So I've got 2 very similar sizes of little balls of green clay, and these are going to be for his feet. So I'll shape it like so, and with my scalpel I'll create a little bit of detail for his toes. And again, you can really experiment with this and come up with something that feels unique to your own design. So pretty happy with those, so just need to work out where they're going to go on his body. So for his hind legs, I've got 2 larger balls of clay here, and I need to flatten them down slightly. And with my blaze cutting tool, I'll cut at an angle like so. And I'm doing this because it will attach to the body a little better, like so. Sorry, it's not the best angle here, is it? And again with my trusty wet wipe, I'll pull the clay together again, just with my finger there as well. And I'll do exactly the same on the other side. And for his arms, or his front legs, whichever you prefer, I've just made a shape like this basically. And again, I'll use my scalpel to create some finger details or some toe details. And just attach those to his body like so. And you can use this kind of fundamental design for so many creatures basically. And now I need to make him some wings, so they're really easy. I just need a couple of fondant cutters in a round shape. So firstly I'll just cut down the middle, And I'll use my wet wipe again just to ensure that the edges are nice and clean basically, as they never come away perfectly. And I've got a smaller fondant cutter here, again in a circle, so I'll just cut out some detail. And to make them look a little bit more like wings, I'm just going to use my fondant cutter tool here very lightly to give it a bit of detail basically. And I'll press down at the edges to ensure that they'll fit onto his back a little easier. So there we go, they're looking pretty good. So he's looking very green, isn't he? So I'm going to add some tiny little pink cheeks, really to add a bit of contrast more than anything. And of course he needs some horns, so I've got some yellow clay here. I'll just roll those into kind of conical shapes. Nice and easy, just pop those on his head. And lastly, I'll pop on some eyebrows, as I think he could do with a little more expression really. And there we go, my little Halloween gargoyle's all done, so now he's ready to bake. And at this point, you'll need to refer to your own brand of polymer clay's baking instructions. And here he is, all done, and I'm really pleased with him. It's always nice to make something cute once in a while, isn't it? So I need to think about my next one. Hope you enjoyed that. Give it a like if you got this far, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time, I think with another Halloween tutorial, so I'll see you then. Take care. Bye bye.